For the Master Food Preserver program with Washington State University, volunteers get together for training on food safety, storage, and preservation, which covers refrigerating, freezing, drying, and canning. They, in turn, go train others, preventing foodborne illness with proper technique. This particular workshop included a water bath canning lesson to prepare homemade apple pie filling for shelf storage.
So the first step when canning is to have everything clean and get your canning equipment ready to go. So we start with washing our hands and washing our jars, getting the rings and lids cleaned up and ready for the product that we're going to put into those. Part of the process is getting your canner ready. It takes a large amount of water to process the food, so we need to get the water in the canner and heating up. For the apple pie filling that we processed, we start with the raw product, do the peeling, cutting, and giving them a heat pre-treatment so that we're ready to put them into the sauce for canning.
Bless his heart, it must have scared him, yeah. That would scare me.
One of the steps is blanching apples, which gets some of the oxygen out so they won't turn brown when they're stored. Even in the canning jar, you can get discoloration. So you give them a heat treatment. The other thing it helps is so that they'll pack in better. One of the steps that we did was preparing the sauce that goes with the apple pie filling, so measuring out the ingredients in the recipe and getting that heated up and thickened so it's ready to add our heated apples to before they're ready to go into the jars. Once our product is all ready, and with the apple pie filling, that was heated apples and heated sauce, put those into the canning jars. And one of the things that we do is watch how full we fill the jars. That's called headspace. So we add, enough air in there, 1-inch headspace.
Well, if you didn't mess it up, I wouldn't have a hell of a lot of job here.
Putting the canning lids on, we had the lids pre-treated. They were heated in water ahead of time to soften up the canning ring, the gasket, and get those put on the jars with the lids, and that's what's going to create the vacuum seal. The jars go into the canner. For the apple pie filling, that was the boiling water bath canner. The jars with their lids on are covered with 1 inch to 2 inches of water. That will give them the heat treatment they need to sterilize that product. The processing time for any canned food is really the critical step for its safety, and our process today was 30 minutes. It accounts for the elevation here as well as the time needed to make that product safe to store on the shelf. Once the processing time is done, we turn the canner off and let the water just settle down for about 5 minutes. Then we take the jars out, and as they cool is when they'll form their vacuum seal. Typically your jars seal within the first hour or so, but it could take up to 12 to 24 hours for the jars.
Good.
Probably my favorite part is to see the people that are new to it feel a sense of accomplishment. It seems for some people really overwhelming and they don't know how to go about it, but once they've tried it, they realize it's not so overwhelming and it's something that they could really easily do themselves at home.
This is Nguyen Thuy Dung for Spokesman-Review.com.